Hello, AltSpacers. So a couple of people have been asking about building AltSpace Guardians. A similar process to what we see in our headsets when we paint our Guardian on the Quest 2, at least all the headsets actually. When you paint your Guardian on the ground and you get close to it, like a blue grid will appear, right? So I have that in all of my bandshell environments because the environment's just cut off. And in level design, so I got a lot of practice as a level designer in the industry, and typically you don't want to have invisible walls. You want to have a blocker that makes sense for the context of the environment. But in this case, I really didn't want to wrap the world in rocks. So I wanted to have nice clean views. When you're down here, you see the desert and all that. So I decided to go with a Guardian type system. So as you get closer and closer to the edge, the Guardian will slowly start to appear until you're like, okay, I can't walk past that spot. So here's how I did it. It's very simple. So anyway, in every object that I make, and I use Maya, some people use Blender, you can make these in Unity as well. I always wrap my world in a Guardian. And let me change the shader so you can see what the Guardian looks like. So you see it wraps the entire world, right? This world is quote unquote airtight. Like nobody can fall out of this world. The ground is perfectly collidable, and for those of you who don't know, there's an analysis tool called physics, and that will show you what objects have physics on them, right? Like I should put physics on those rocks because that means people will walk through those rocks. So I'll do that. But you'll see that the Guardian has a physics layer, and the collision, right? And the ground has a physics layer. So this place is quote unquote airtight. All right, I'm going to turn off the physics tool. All right. So to make it, this material is based on just one little texture, and the texture looks like this. It's a PNG with an alpha transparency. So it's for those who haven't made one before, it's pretty simple to make, any object, any material, have I guess this isn't a lesson in making alpha textures, but I'll just show you real quick. You're in Photoshop or whatever tool you're using, preferably I like Photoshop. You create a new layer, right? You delete the background, so there's technically no background, and then you draw whatever you want. And in this case, I drew a square, so there's my little alpha that I want. And then now I save this as, I'm going to save it in the same folder as the Guardian that I have. I'm going to call it alpha test. Blammo. Let's see, now save it as a PNG. Alpha test. Save, done. Okay, so now when you go back into AltSpace, that little PNG has an alpha saved to it. I called it alpha test. It's now inside here. I drag it on the object and I show alpha clipping. There it is, right. So, and there it is. So that's the little, I don't know why the color, I'm doing something weird with the color, but you see how that works, right? So anyway, back to the object. I'm going to go back to my shader, my material that I created, which is just this little, where'd it go? There you go, the Guardian material. I'm going to drag it back on there, and there it is. So yeah, the collision like I showed you, and so to get it to clip, so in the URP material, there's no more cutout. So in the standard shaders for the old gamma shaders, the old, whatever you call the shaders, there is a opaque, transparent, fade, and cutout, right? You would set it to cutout. If it's universal, you use alpha clipping and you set it to opaque, right? So I click opaque, it finds the alpha. Now here's the trick part where it makes it fade in and out. Like right now you can see it's completely on, and I want to make it, let me click on the material itself so I get off of that. So I want to make it, when I get close, it becomes transparent. So, or when I get close, it becomes opaque, or fades in technically. Just crank the threshold, the alpha clipping threshold, to the max. That's it. So when you're away from it, you can't see it. Because max, it's like super refined alpha. It takes it right to the edge, and then that's it. And now when you get close, it turns on and off. With the collider on, you've got yourself your own virtual Guardian. And it doesn't fill up the whole world with a giant ugly grid. You can only see it when you're close to it. All right, I hope that helps. I hope you guys liked it. Anybody have any questions, please let me know. Thanks so much.